everyone, welcome back to Viral Cameo. Today we're diving into a trend that's taken the wedding world by storm: micro weddings. We're gonna break down everything you need to know about micro weddings, what they are, why they're so popular, and whether they might be the perfect fit for your big day. Okay, first things first. What exactly a micro wedding? It's got micro in the name, so it's gotta be small, right? Right. We're talking a guest list that's usually around 10 to 50 people. Think like your absolute ride or die crew, the people you actually to see on the dance floor. Micro weddings are still a full-on wedding experience, just on a smaller scale. You've got your venue, your decor, your photographer capturing all the awkward family photos, the whole shebang. The real difference is the vibe. Micro weddings are all about creating an intimate, personal atmosphere where you can actually spend quality time with your guests. So, you're probably thinking, okay, Jenna, micro weddings sound cute and all, but why are they so popular? Like, what's the deal? Why are so many couples opting for these smaller, more intimate celebrations instead of the traditional big bash? Well, my friend, there are actually a ton of reasons why couples are ditching the big fat weddings for something a little more low-key. First up, intimacy. It's all about creating a meaningful experience. With a smaller guest list, you can actually connect with each and every person there. Imagine being able to spend quality time with your closest friends and family, rather than just waving at them from across a crowded room. You can have real conversations, share laughs, and maybe even shed a tear or two without feeling like you're on display for the entire world to see. It's about those genuine moments that make your day unforgettable. Second, and this one's a biggie, especially if you're on a budget. Micro weddings can save you a ton of money. Weddings can be incredibly expensive, and a smaller guest list can significantly cut down on costs. Think about it. Fewer guests means less food, fewer favors, and maybe even a smaller venue. This can free up your budget for other things that are important to you. And you know what that means? More money to spend on the things that really matter, like an open bar or a killer photographer who can capture all the good angles. You can invest in those special touches that make your wedding uniquely yours. Third, flexibility. Planning a smaller wedding often means you have more options when it comes to dates and venues. You're not as restricted by availability, which can be a huge relief. You might even be able to snag that dream destination wedding you've always wanted without having to remortgage your house. Imagine saying your vows on a beautiful beach or in a charming countryside setting. So, yeah, micro weddings are pretty awesome. They offer intimacy, cost savings, and flexibility, making them a fantastic option for many couples. Next thing to talk about is planning a micro wedding. All right. So you're convinced. Micro weddings are the way to go. They're intimate, personal, and can be just as magical as a big celebration. But how do you actually plan one of these bad boys? It might seem daunting at first, but trust me, it's totally doable. Don't worry, I got you. We'll break it down step by step. Planning a micro wedding might even be easier than planning a traditional wedding. With fewer guests, you can focus on the details that truly matter to you. Less stress, less drama, more fun. You get to enjoy the process without feeling overwhelmed. First things first, you gotta wrangle that guest list. Keep it small and meaningful. This is probably the hardest part, because let's be real, everyone has an opinion on who should be invited to a wedding. But you need to stay firm. But remember, this is your day, so don't be afraid to put your foot down and keep it to your nearest and dearest. It's about celebrating with those who matter most. Next up, finding the perfect venue. This is where you can get really creative. Since you're working with a smaller group, you have so many options. A cozy restaurant, a charming art gallery, your parents' backyard, the possibilities are endless. Think outside the box. Now for the fun part, personalizing your ceremony. This is where your personalities can truly shine. This is where you can really get creative and make your wedding unique. Write your own vows, incorporate meaningful traditions, or add quirky elements that reflect your relationship. Or even have your dog walk you down the aisle. Pets can add a special touch to your day. It's your love story, so tell it your way. Make it a day that's truly unforgettable for you and your guests. Another piece of information, trends and ideas for micro weddings. Okay, now that we've covered the basics, let's talk trends, baby. Micro weddings are all about making the most of your special day with a smaller, more intimate guest list. Because, let's be real, who doesn't love a good wedding trend? These trends can make your day even more memorable and unique. And trust me, micro weddings are bursting with them. First up, outdoor ceremonies. These are perfect for creating a magical atmosphere. Think gardens, beaches, forests, basically anywhere you can soak up some sun and fresh air. Nature provides the perfect backdrop for your vows. Outdoor weddings are inherently romantic, and they often require less decor, which is a win-win in my book. Next, themed weddings. This is where your creativity can truly shine. This is where you can really let your freak flag fly. Themed weddings allow you to express your personality and interests in a fun and engaging way. Go vintage, bohemian, rustic, or even theme it after your favorite movie. The possibilities are endless and can make your wedding truly one of a kind. And speaking of things that are easy on the wallet, DIY is your best friend when it comes to micro weddings. Personal touches make everything more special. Get crafty with your centerpieces, create your own photo booth backdrop, or even bake your own wedding cake. These personal touches add a unique charm. Another trend I'm loving is the focus on culinary experiences. Food can be a highlight of your wedding day. Since you're not feeding a massive crowd, you can splurge on a gourmet meal, a personalized menu, or even a fun food truck. This makes the dining experience unforgettable for you and your guests. Moreover, pros and cons of micro weddings. Okay, let's get real for a second. While micro weddings are amazing, they're not for everyone. Just like any other type of wedding, there are pros and cons to consider before you make a decision. On the plus side, we've already talked about the intimacy factor, the budget savings, and the flexibility in planning. But another major pro is that micro weddings can be way less stressful than traditional weddings. With fewer guests and a more relaxed atmosphere, you can actually enjoy your day without worrying about every little detail. However, there are a few potential downsides to consider. Some family members or friends might feel left out if they're not invited, so be prepared to have those conversations. And if you're someone who thrives on a big party atmosphere, a micro wedding might not be the best fit. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to have a micro wedding is a personal one. Micro weddings, yay or nay? So, there you have it. The ultimate guide to micro weddings. In the end, whether a micro wedding is the right choice for you really depends on your personal preferences and what you envision for your special day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.